Morning, I'm back. I'm actually going to do a YouTube video today. I have literally said I was going to do this for about a week and I keep not doing it, but today I'm going to do it. All sorts have been going on at the farm. Obviously, I think the last video that I did, we were still in the middle of all the animal feeding and lamb feeding and all that jazz. Ooh, where we gone? But that's all finished now. So we're back to farming. We've done absolutely all sorts. So we've literally, planted a load of wildflowers. The beehive's doing really, really well. Pearl and Prue, we've moved into the little grass paddock so that they've got a bit more space and they've got a bit of grass, which I think is dead nice. We're putting all like woodland paths around the pens. We've planted a load of spring barley where the wheat's failed. So what I'll do, we'll have a little wander around, we'll have a look at some of the crops and I'll show you some of the bits that we've been getting up to over the last few weeks, where we've been dead busy. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for being patient while I've been rubbish. If you do like the video, remember to like and subscribe. Look at the pretty blossom there. So these here, I actually planted these a couple of years ago now. The idea being that we've got fruit all the way down the drive, which I think would be dead pretty. Oh dear. Oh dear. Let me just turn this round. So that is George Pig. That is Barbie Pig's pen. How on earth has George got through there? And also, how on earth has Barbie got to there? So Barbie's in with the girl saddlebacks and George has isolated himself and decided that he's going to go into the other pen. But there's nothing obvious as to where. I mean, they've knocked the electric fence off, I suspect, but there's no obvious signs of breakage in the pen. It does actually work quite well. As long as George hasn't had a cuddle with Barbie, we'll be all right, because George is a lot bigger than Barbie. Interesting. So you might remember this bit here was pumpkin field. It's also where Pearl, Prue and George were staying, so they went in, rooted it all up, smashed it to pieces, ate all the pumpkins, and it has now been planted with wildflowers. So we've got wildflowers all the way through there, over there, and if you can see all the way around there as well, with some nice little wooden paths down to the gates. So hopefully we have a load of flowers that grow and we can do some wildflower picking. That's the plan. I'll talk through the mixing a little bit because it's some proper pretty flowers, hopefully. Look at this. That is actual oilseed rape that has actually grown.
The lesser spotted
we actually did
oilseed
a
rape
growing
variety
thing. It's the only crop I've grown this year. Now, what kind of year is it where the only crop you grow is actually oilseed rape? Madness. So me and Lucy, back from the spa, we decided that we'd go for a walk with the boys. Bad idea.
Terrible
All
idea.
that relaxing that we've done, right?
It's completely been unravelled
in
30 seconds.
Not even 30, 3.
Arnie's like an oss. Look, he's spooked by a plastic bag. Look at him.
One's doing a pee now, middle of the track. Got to love it. But what we thought, well, we'd have a little walk and have a look at some of the crops and see how they're doing. Oilseed rape looks good. So I'm going to try to do this again. We're going to tell you about the winter barley. But while I was telling you, Lucy decided to tell you all about the dog's bowel movements. Which is always good, isn't it? So, I'll try again. But the winter barley actually looks dead good. It's come on loads. It was a bit behind and then all of a sudden it's just come out of nowhere and looks like it's actually going to be a decent crop, which is good. So let's have a look. We'll try and get over into that field and have a quick nosy. So this is hybrid barley, direct drilled, looks good, quite impressed with it, compared to what it looked like. For definite, we're going to have a look up there now, we'll have a look at the wheat, see how that's doing. Need to get last fertiliser dose on here, and I've got some spraying to do this week, so hopefully get all that done. But I've got HGV test tomorrow, which I need to finish off.
Daffodil gin.
Daffodil gin.
Daffodil gin.
Except there's no daffodils now, is there?
Oh.
So why, what are you on about there?
I was just thinking of potential gin or spirit flavours that could be made from things that we grow on the farm. And I thought, you know, daffodil's a nice sunshiny flower. And if I saw it, I'd probably try it. Daffodil gin.
So what Lucy's on about there, had a really exciting conversation today with a local distiller who is potentially going to make us a series of small batch spirits throughout the year based on stuff that we actually grow at the farm. So we're going to look for ideas of stuff that we've got, what we've got growing or what grows wild, to actually turn it into a drink, which I think is pretty cool.
See the bees. I'm dubious about the bees because I'm not a fan of insects, especially not ones that are sharp on the end. But I am interested to know if it buzzes around the hives and if you see them. So I'm going to investigate. Now, if I get stung, you best believe I won't be investigating down here ever again.
God, Herb, you nearly had him then. That were close.
Oh, has he got you? Oh.
Yeah.
Get him!
I think we've got some
Woman that scoops them up with her hand, and that one meant business.
So it turns out,
That was like serial
don't mess
killer
with bees,
bee,
guys. So right up the top of the farm now. This is some more winter barley. This one was drilled a little bit earlier. This was done by the weaving before the Dale drill. Now this field that we're in has been really, really, really bad for grass weeds for a few years, but it does look like we've managed to get fairly decent control on it this time. And if you ignore a couple of the bare patches, don't look bad at all. Don't look bad at all. Dog approved. Yeah, there we are. That idea I had to go for a little walk with the kids to have a look at the crops, bad idea. In the future, crop walking is undertaken with dogs only, nothing else. That's the new rules.
What is this weather? How good is that? It's like golden hour. I'm just checking the animals because the inside animals have gone wild, so I've left them with Daddy for a hot minute. Does anybody have magpie fear? Because I personally have got absolute magpie fear, and every time I come out to this pen there is one lone magpie hanging out in the pig pen and it's freaking me right out. I'm just waiting for the... Hi George. Hiya. Let's say hello. That is absolutely delightful. There's his teeth. They stick out the sides like a... Is it a hippopotamus? Oh look, there's a duck on a nest here. Have you been laying eggs? That's great. Well done. 3 eggs. That's great work. I'm going to steal the eggs because I don't want that duck. Go on. I don't want that duck to really sit there because it's in prime fox fodder territory. So if it was laid its eggs somewhere safe, then I would leave them, but it's laid them in the basically out in the open, so just going to be Mr. Fox's next meal if I leave it there. Hi Babs. Hey. Where's your face? look. Have you made yourself a little waller? Honestly, girl. Daddy has fattened you right up. Look at the size of her. She's a coony pig. Honestly, she's wider than she's tall. Her udders drag on the floor. You are the fattest pig I've ever seen. Cool teeth, bro. Oh, here these two come. So these are the new expectant mamas. They're not new. Barbie? That wasn't kind, was it, Pearl? To I mean, what about that? Barbie breaks into their house and then carries on with them. Hey, Pearl. Hey, Prue. We're a bit mean and mood to visit you, to be honest, about tea. Look at her. Attitude for a small one, aren't she? So here, in preparation for the event, Jacob, one of our work experience guys, is doing all these chickens. Why are you not where you're supposed to be, chickens? I feel like I'm being followed. Jacob is doing paths so that you can walk on like little paths, look, wood chip paths around the edge of the animal pens. Just literally being hounded down by chickens. You'd think I had food in my pocket. I really don't. That guy is the one remaining. We had a couple of cockerels before the fox attack. This guy is the survivor, and he really thinks he's the man. So we'll just take a walk around Jacob's paths and try them out. Just moo cows, look. So we've got 3 girl, boy. These are weaner calves that we've just weaned off the mummies. And then in there, next door, they're the mummy calves. So you've got 1 jersey, 2 jerseys, 3 jerseys. Can't tell from this side which is who or who. That's Oliver there, the teenage Highland. And then that there is Jasper, who is supposed to be doing the dirty work, doing the dirty deed. And he doesn't much look like... Yes, I'm talking about you. You're not looking like you're doing much rumpy pumpy laid there. I actually think that the girls terrify him. I can recommend Jacob. I'm literally load of chickens. So at the side of the path here, there. This is the path. This bit at the side, there, is wildflowers. If we get a bit of rain and they grow, some wildflowers. Can I help you, chickens? I haven't got anything. Really is beautiful, beautiful day. Right, I'm going to show you. Hi, hello. Can we see that chicken there? That one is very precious because it's one of the little baby ones. It should be in the pen, which it isn't. Do you mind licking my elbow? Thank you. So that one, mum was called Barbara, and she was the big, fat, fluffy chicken. She was the friendliest, most loveliest of the chickens. I'm sorry I keep putting my fingers in front of the lens. I'm going to get in trouble for that. And she got eaten by the fox. So that is her child that we've hatched. So hopefully she's as friendly as Barbara was. But right now she's got a taste for adventure, obviously. She's escaped out of the pen. Look at them. There's chickens everywhere. So these are the eggs that we incubated from our chickens that got eaten by the fox. Wow. And I want to go and check on Jasper. Hi. So this is Jasper, who is the... Oh, you can see that. He's the daddy, hopefully. Although I haven't seen him doing much baby making. Hi, Jasper. You're beautiful. Got some neck rolls to grow into. Ooh. So, not me out here checking on the animals to avoid. The kids have gone wild. We've took them for a walk and they were just feral, so I thought I'll sneak out and I'll do a check. But I've got a couple of things that I need to do for the event, like creative stuff. So we've got a really exciting meeting next Tuesday with a man who, I think Chad mentioned it earlier, basically a beer man. He's making the mucky beer. Not a big drinker myself, but partial to a gin and tonic. And I've got to come up with stuff that we grow on the farm that we can make into like Horncastle moonshine, basically. So I'm just having a wander around and seeing what we've got, which is quite cool. And then the other thing that I'm trying to think up is a cute name for the honey, even after the savage bee attack that I've just suffered. Are you banging your food bucket, piglets? Hey! Hey! Look at these. Right, I'm going to talk you through the vibe that we're going for. Do you like the dung pile? We really need to spread that on the field. We need to figure out a way that we can spread that. We don't have a muck spreader. I know there is obviously a way you can do it. We just don't have the muck spreading machine. So we can use it as fertiliser because it's a stinking pile of turd. Anyway, I've become distracted again. That is not what I was going to tell you. I was going to tell you that we're looking for products, right? So the vibe that I want for Horncastle Farm is everything sold at Horncastle Farm is grown here, right? It's grown here. It is like chef's kiss. We're working with loads of people that are really passionate about what they do, and then we can like merge together and do some super cool collabs. Oh, that is a pretty tree. Cherry blossom gin. Is that a cherry blossom tree? Is it an apple tree? I love this time of year when everything's like springing. Spring is springing. Oh, it smells nice. I wonder if the tag's still on you. No, it's not. Well, I'm just gonna make gin out of that. I've become distracted again. But basically, I'm trying to think of no, that one don't smell so good. Why do ducks do that? Is his head? Like he's nodding. I'm gonna have to Google that. Why do ducks nod? Duck eggs. Thank you, Mrs. Duck. I'm sorry for stealing your babies, but honestly, if you sit there, you're gonna get eaten by Mr. Fox. So if I were you, I would... Look, we've put you a house in where you can hatch your eggs if you want to. We're going on an egg hunt. Hiya! We're going on an egg hunt. I normally send the boys to do this, but in the interest of not ruining my piece, I'm going to do it myself. The boys' favourite thing is to get the wellies on and go looking for the eggs that they lay in the pond. We call them bog eggs. You can see if we don't get a lot of rain this year, the pond shrinks right back to them bulrushes, and sometimes it's right up here. So you can see we've lost it already quite a bit. How many ducks have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 9, 10, 11, sorry, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 ducks. There were some mallards that had joined the party, but unless they're in the middle, They might have mallarded off. Now this is all normally water, so the levels are receding. Okay.